Hi everyone. So in this problem we are given that find the longest substring without repeating characters. So we will be given some string and we need to find out the substring inside that string which is of longest length with a constraint that it can't have any repeating characters. For example, this uh, I'll take the same example that we have that Leetcode has given. So which is A B C A B C B B. So there can be many substrings you can make out of this particular string. So right. So in ABCBB, so one case of one possible substrings are those substrings which are starting with this letter A. So one can be A, then ABC, then AB, then ABC, then AB, CA, like that. So all the substring that are starting with A. Similarly, when you take B, then you can make a whole series of substring that are starting with B, then BC, then BCA, then BCAB, like that. And similarly again with the next A. So for taking each letter from a substring, you can uh, generate all the substrings that start with that particular letter. So substring that are starting with A, which is at index 0, then substring starting with B, which is at index 1. So for letter which is at each unique index, you can find out a series of substrings starting with that letter. But all those substrings won't have unique characters. For example, this one substring A is repeating. So we need to consider those substrings which does not have any repeating character, right? So one brute force solution for this problem is that find out all the substrings. So iterate. First, find out substrings starting with A, then B, then C. So for each index, for each unique element in your string, each index element, find out all possible substrings. Then look for those substrings which have only unique characters, right? So you can iterate individually into each substring and find out which one is has a unique character which does not have any repeating character. Then that will filter out most of the substrings, and out of those substring that you're left with, which does not have any repeating character, you can find out which one is of longest length. So that will become your answer. But this uh, solution has a, I mean, large complexity. So this brute force solution you won't be following. So we need to in this particular kind of problem, so we need to see the pattern here, right? So whenever you are given this kind of problem, when characters are repeating and you want to keep track of which characters have arrived and which characters are not yet arrived. So for that we use unordered set in C++. So unordered set allows us to um, see, I mean, to keep track of, I mean, elements in the set in big O of 1 complexity. You can quickly insert element into that set with big O of 1 complexity. You can quickly see if particular element is present in that set or not. So whenever if you store in some array, then you need to again iterate into that array and find out that if this element is present is or not. But if you use the unordered array to quickly find that this element is present in that unordered set or not, the complexity is big O of 1. So to find that uh, right to find that your character has repeated or not, you use unordered set. So how will this our logic work? So I'll take the example of this particular ABC, so it will be ABC. So what I'll do, I'll start traversing into this in this string. So I'm starting the traversal into this particular string. So the first character that I'll get is A, right? Now the second character I'll get B. So B is not yet arrived, right? So I can uh, take into account the B, right? And here I'll make a unordered set. So this is my unordered set, which will tell me so far what characters I have seen, so far what characters I have arrived in my traversal. This will help me in tracking of those characters, right? So A has arrived, then B want to come into the substring, so we'll allow it because B is not present. So far A is present and B is present. Now C if we see C is present in our unordered set, it is not present, so we'll put it here. Now A wants to come into the substring, but A is already there. So this has broke our the substring which starts with this particular A. So if A can't come here, then after that none of the letter we can join into this substring, because we are talking about substring, not subsequence. So substrings are continuous. So if A can't join this substring to make a bigger substring, so none of the later character can join it. So far, if we start from this particular A, the longest substring of non-repeating character we got is ABC. Similar process we will start with B. So let's start with B. So this was one iteration, and in second iteration, what we'll do, we start with B. Okay, so again we clear out our unordered set for the next iteration. So in the first iteration, in the second iteration, there will be a inner for loop. So where we will take this B, and B has we have seen. So I'll keep track of B in unordered set. Now C wants to join in, so let it join, because C is not available. After C has joined, I'll make an entry of C. Now A wants to join, let it join, and I'll make an entry of A here. Now B wants to join, but B is already present in my unordered set, so B can't join. So again, our chain broke, and substrings are always continuous. So for starting with this particular B, we only got BCA, right? Length of this one was 3, this one was 3. So far both of these are correct answer. So far we got 3 as the longest length for the substrings of non-repeating character. Now let's try with third iteration. We'll start with C. I'll clear out my unordered set which keep tracks of visited characters. So I'll start with C. So I am allowing C to be present there, and I make an entry of C here. I allow A to come because A is not present in here. So I make an entry of A because A has arrived. Now B wants to join in, so let the B join in because B is not present in our set, right? When now C wants to join in, but C is already present in my another set, so I won't let C join. So my chain broke, and CAB was the best answer I could get when starting with this particular C. So this was my third iteration, right? Now what I'll do, I'll start with this particular A, right? So let's start with this A. So in the fourth iteration, I have A. Now I let A join because initially I didn't have anything in my another set, but I make an entry of A in my another set, right? So to making an entry in another set and finding out which element is present, it's big of one operation, right? So what I'll do, B wants to join in, let the B join in and make an entry of B. C wants to join in, let the C join in, right? And make an entry of C here. B wants to join in. Now we can't let B join because B is already seen. So this was the best I could get when starting with this A. Now let's do it with this particular B. The same process we need to follow for this particular B. So B is there. C, let me clear out this another set. So B is there. Let's make an entry of B. Now C wants to join in. Let it join. Now B wants to join in. We can't make let it join because B was already there. So this was the best we could get with B. This B. Now let's start with this particular C. Right. So in the sixth iteration. So for each index of your string, we are repeating the same procedure. So for the sixth index, we'll start with this C, and let me clear this unordered set. So C I've entered. Now B wants to join in, let it join. Right, now another B wants to join in, we can't let it join, right? So we'll clear it out. Now similarly I can start with next iteration, which is this B. So I'll make an entry of B. Now another B wants to join in, we can't let it join because B is already there. So this is how we'll end up with all the index elements. And so far you can see that the maximum length substring we could get is these ones, right? These ones, and all of them have the length 3. So the answer for this particular string is 3, because the longest substring that we could get on this string is 3, which has no repeating character. So how do we proceed in the code? So now you must have realized that I am using 2 for loops. One is to iterate into each element of I index, and then second inner loop to find out all the possible substrings starting with that particular index character. And we're breaking the chain whenever we see that whenever characters repeat. And the complexity of this solution will be n square. And if you see the constraint, the length of our string can be at most 5 into 10 raised to power 4. And if you follow the asymptotic notation rule, then you can see that when the constraint n is 10 raised to power 4, then you can definitely your n square solution will work, and that will be an optimal solution for it, because it's always 10 raised to power 8. We can't go beyond the iteration of 10 raised to power 8, and since our n is already 10 raised to power 4, and if you take a square of it, it will be 10 raised to power 8 only. So n square solution will be it is a good solution, and solution that will work in this particular problem. So I will do the same. So what I'll do, we need to iterate into your string. So I'll start from index 0, go till s dot length, and increment by 1 to iterate. Now in the first iteration, or any ith iteration, I'll make a temp answer which will store the intermediate result. So temp, I initialize with the empty string, okay, and I need one unordered set to keep track of visited characters. So I'll make a unordered set of characters which will keep track of seen characters. So far whatever character has seen. Now I need to iterate, so we need to find out all the substrings, because we are in ith iteration, substrings starting with s of I. So if I is 0, then starting with s0. If s is n, then start with s of n. So we need to find out all the substrings starting with s of I. So inner loop will start from int j equals to I and till end, right? Now this temp variable I made to let the new characters join into our making of that substring. So the first character that we but before we let a character join in the substring, we need to check that if it already seen or not. So there will be an if condition that will validate the entry of that character. We will check that seen character dot find. So this is that operation to find out that particular character is already seen or not. So what I'll do s of j and if that is not equal to scene character dot end. So that means that I didn't get the end of the iterator. Then it means that this particular character is available. This has already been seen. So whenever we encounter a character that is already seen, we just break the chain. We don't worry about it anymore. We don't continue. We start with another iteration with another character. But if that is the character that is not been seen, in the else case, what we will do, we'll add that character into your the in your base string that you are building, right? It will be like this. So and at the end of each inner iteration, we need to store that global answer somewhere. So somewhere we need to store that global answer. So here will be the longest length, right? Initially let's set it to the 0, right? And after each iteration we will ask, like, to the stem, that how lengthy you got, how much length you got in your iteration. So I'll check if um, temp dot length. So these are my local maximas. Let's see if that we need to find out the global maxima, right? So if temp dot length is greater than my so far whatever longest length I have, if that's greater than that, then make it our global maxima, right? So longest length will be temp dot length, right? And so this will take care of the longest length in each iteration. And at the end, since we don't have to return the string, we just need to return the length of that string, right? So that's why we are just storing the longest length and then return this. Let's see. So there is some error that longest. Okay, I define it as longest len, but I'm calling it as longest len. So let's call it longest len only. It's error with wrong variable name. So we are having some wrong answer here. So it's saying that for ABC, BB, the answer that our code is giving is 8, but it should be 3. So let me dry run what went wrong here. Okay, so we're iterating from I0, I less than s dot length, I plus plus. We are storing one into time string. I'm creating one scene character. Okay, I got the because I was checking that if that character is seen or not, but after registering that character, I need to also, I mean, make an entry of that character whichever I did in time string. I need to make its entry into our scene characters, right? That I'm not making, so it's taking the full length. It's not breaking some anywhere. Let's add it. S of j. So I at each iteration, after adding the character to the substring, also make it an entry into the scene character. So the complexity of this insertion is big of 1. Complexity to check this character is available or not, this is also big of 1. So we are not exceeding the complexity beyond n square, right? If we use an array instead of this unordered set, then our complexity would have exploded, right? It would have been more than n square. So now I guess it should work. Yeah, let's try to submit it. Yep, I hope you got it. If you still feel that I should improve my explanation, I am um, explaining things fast, or somewhere um, you are, I mean, were not able to follow me. So please let me know. I'll try to improve my. I mean, I need feedback from you guys where I could improve my explanation. Yeah, that's all for today.